Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We have officially kicked off this election. Phase 1 of polling in Uttar Pradesh concluded today, and the people of Western Uttar Pradesh have spoken. 58 constituencies voted today, and they came out in large numbers in these constituencies. 60.17 was the voter turnout recorded at the end of the day, and this region is extremely important, especially for the BJP that was not very long ago hit by the wrath of farmers and the Kisan Andolan. Well, Western Uttar Pradesh was the cradle for recent anti-farm law protests. Jats and Gujjar votes hold the key in this region. Muslims are a predominant community as well here, over 50% of the population in at least 12 seats. Now the Jat Muslim unity is what Akhilesh and Jayant are banking on to sail them through this region, which is a BJP stronghold if you see the 2017 results. And let's take a look at the 2017 results. This is the polling percentage that has come up today. Nearly 65% in Muzaffarnagar, which has a 41% of Muslim population in this area. Nearly 70% in Shamli, which has 28% Muslims. Bagpat 61%. So if you see, the Muslim dominated areas have shown a greater voter turnout. Does this mean there is something happening on the ground and that there has been polarization? Well, we'll ask our guests today. Also, what is important to look at in this phase is women voters now, as 50 constituencies have gone to vote the BJP's voters in the last 3 terms. 2017, women voted, I think, banking on UP's Beti. It's the other way around. Women have voted more than men have voted. I think this is a wrong graphic. But the fact is, in the last 3 elections, female votes have been more than the male votes. And that is why women have played a major role as far as wooing by the BJP is concerned. The Beti push really shows out that the Saffron Party has looked at this area. They brought in love jihad law against forced conversions. They've also brought in triple talaq victims, which would get 6,000 annual aid from the state. For Muslim women, there's free legal aid provided to victims of triple talaq. Also, anti-Romeo squads that have been brought in for all women. Also, if we can look at the fact that 20% of 1.5 lakh police officers for women's safety has been an important point in their manifesto release. Focus on reducing crimes against women has been Yogi Adityanath's pitch. Also, Ujjwala gas connections and the fact that there have been, toilets that have been made under the mission that has gone in to build toilets for women clearly shows that women have been in the focus for all BJP. Let's now take a look at the outcome of this phase, is why it is so important. Because historically, if you look at it, in 2017, whoever won the maximum seats in phase 1 of Western Uttar Pradesh made the government in Lucknow. BJP at 53 in 2017 and ultimately made the government in Lucknow. In 2012, it was the Samajwadi Party with the highest number of seats with 41 seats, and they formed the government in Lucknow. And in 2007, it was the BSP which had the maximum number of seats in this phase of polling, and they had 33 seats and they formed the government in Lucknow. That really becomes the important point of this entire election, and that's why very important first phase of elections now coming to an end, and the voter turnout. Which way is it going? And that's the legitimate question we are asking on the NewsHour tonight. Who has the edge in Western Uttar Pradesh? Because at least previous experience says they are front runners to form the government. So that is the big debate coming up. UP Chunav Khela. That's the hashtag and the debate coming up on the other side.
You're watching the News Hour at 9. Debate number 1 on Times Now. Super Prime Time.
And joining me tonight, Gaurav Bhatia, National Spokesperson of the BJP, Karan Verma, author, Dr. Anand Ranganathan, Pawan Agri, National Spokesperson of the Rashtriya Lokdal, IP Singh, National Spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party, and a little bit from now, Advocate Waris Pathan, National Spokesperson of the AIMIM, will be joining the debate. But my first question goes straight to Gaurav Bhatia. And Gaurav Bhatia, I want to ask you, voter turnout slightly lower than last time. But the fact is that whoever gets the lead in this phase of polling forms the government. So which way is it going? Because it's a very crucial phase of elections, this one, with 58 seats going to poll. Where does the BJP stand at the end of phase 1?
Navika, first of all, through your channel, I would like to thank all the voters of Western UP and the 58 constituencies that have gone for polling today. And after the feedback we have received, we are very sure now, Navika, that again Bharatiya Janata Party will form the government and we will have 325 plus seats. It's a very encouraging sign, and I will tell you the reasons. Our senior leaders were there campaigning, they were taking feedback, and for us, the most important thing is the wish of the people. There were 3 major issues. First was the farmers, Ganna Kisan. We were doing Ganna and their Bhuktan, and Samajwadi Party was doing Jinnah. And what are the numbers? The numbers are that when Samajwadi Party was in power, they left an arrears of 11,000 crores, which were paid by Yogi Adityanath ji, plus a record payment of 1.5 lakh crore in the last 5 years. Compare this to the SP payment of 95,000 crore. Second, I think law and order, a riot-free state, which is progressing from Danga Pradesh to Uttar Pradesh. That is something that voters have connected with. And don't forget, Muzaffarnagar was also polling today. We have seen Muzaffarnagar riots where an accused was nabbed by the police then, and Azam Khan called the police officer and he said, please leave him because he belongs to a particular religious community. And second, the accused person Maulana Nazir was brought down to Kalidas Park, the official bungalow of the Chief Minister then, Akhilesh Yadav, when he was an accused of Muzaffarnagar riots. And third and most important, the exodus issue, palayan jo hota tha, wahan pe Kairana mein. You know, if you belong to a particular religion, certain people, the goons of Samajwadi Party, could take the liberty of threatening you, asking you to leave the house. Yogi Adityanath ji ensured that they can go back to their house and feel safe now. And that is the new environment, the new UP that Yogi Adityanath ji has created.
Well, we'll have to wait and watch on 10th of March whether that's really cutting any ice. But I want to ask Mr. IP Singh, National Spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party. IP Singh ji, सवाल ये है कि अगर कोई पार्टी पहले दौर में ही कहना शुरू कर देती है कि शायद ईवीएम नहीं चल रहे, शायद फेयर चुनाव नहीं हो रहा, तो इसका मतलब कहीं ना कहीं बहाने ढूंढने की जद्दोजहद शुरू हो चुकी है. क्या यही दिख रहा है आज आरएलडी और समाजवादी पार्टी की तरफ से, क्योंकि बहाने शुरू हो गए?
नाविका जी, मेरी उम्र 55-56 वर्ष है और बहुत से चुनाव हमने देखे हैं, और एक तरफा जो मैंडेट है वो समाजवादी पार्टी और आरएलडी के पक्ष में है. क्लीन स्वीप, ये नोट कर लीजिए, मैं 10 मार्च को आपके साथ बैठूंगा. क्लीन स्वीप करने जा रही है समाजवादी पार्टी और आरएलडी. जिस तरह का जन समुदाय स्वागत के लिए उमड़ा है। जिस तरह से बूथ पर लंबी लंबी लाइनें देखी गई हैं, जिस तरह की कानून व्यवस्था उत्तर प्रदेश में खराब थी, जंगल राज था, गुंडा राज था, बेटियां सुरक्षित नहीं थी, हाथरस की बेटी के साथ ठाकुरों ने गैंग रेप किया, ठाकुर एमएलए ने गैंग रेप किया उन्नाव में, और गुंडे, ये बीजेपी के गुंडे जिला पंचायत चुनाव में एक बेटी, एक बहन को साड़ियां खींच रहे थे, चीर हरण कर रहे थे। पूरे उत्तर प्रदेश ने देखा किस तरह से गोरखपुर कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसी है, योगी आदित्यनाथ एलियस अजय सिंह बिस जो पहाड़ी बाबा है, उत्तराखंड के हैं, विभाजन के बाद मोदी जी और अमित शाह ने उत्तर प्रदेश पर थोप दिया। उत्तर प्रदेश की बोल भाषा जिन्हें नहीं जानते, और उनके कारण आज उत्तर प्रदेश में त्राही त्राही मची है। लाशें बिछे पड़ी थी, लखनऊ के शमशान घाटों को टीन से ढका जा रहा था। गंगा जी घाघरा जितनी नदियां थी लाशों से पक गई थी। कोरोना में ऑक्सीजन नहीं था, लोग तरफ तरफ के मर रहे थे। गैस सिलेंडर की कीमत 1000 रुपए पहुंच गई, पेट्रोल की कीमत 55 रुपए से 120 रुपए।
इतने आक्रोश से में मत आ जाइए सिंह साहब, मेरा सवाल एक बड़ा छोटा सा है, बड़ा छोटा सा सवाल है मेरा। अगर इतने त्रस्त हैं उत्तर प्रदेश के लोग, तो फिर इतनी जद्दोजहद क्यों? फिर तो आप जीत ही जाएंगे। फिर बहाने क्यों कर रहे हैं कि ईवीएम नहीं चल रहा था, ये ठीक नहीं है, वो ठीक नहीं है?
कोई बहाना नहीं। 1991 के बाद बीजेपी को लंबे समय बाद 2017 में बहुमत मिला है, और 40 वर्ष का इतिहास है, कभी किसी पार्टी को दूसरी बार बहुमत नहीं मिला है। ये आंखें खोलकर देखने की जरूरत है। ये जो चश्मा है ना, इसे बदलने की जरूरत है। ये चश्मा बदल दीजिए आप लोग, सब कुछ दिखेगा ट्रांसपेरेंटली कि क्या उत्तर प्रदेश में और उत्तर प्रदेश की जनता क्या करने जा रही है। ये सारे पोल पश्चिम बंगाल में बीजेपी की सरकार बना रहे थे। अमित शाह गए पश्चिम बंगाल में, गए झारखंड में, गए दिल्ली में, और कहा कि अरे साहब एक तरफा जनादेश आ रहा है। सुपड़ा साफ हो गया, बीजेपी का सुपड़ा साफ होने जा रहा है पश्चिम उत्तर प्रदेश से। और मैं पूर्वांचल में हूं, मेरी पैतृक भूमि है, गांव में हूं, आजमगढ़ में हूं, और पूर्वांचल तो शून्य पर भेजने वाला है, और 400 सीटें हम जीत।
चलिए, अभी तो हम पूर्वांचल तक पहुंचेंगे छठे और 7वें फेज पर। अभी तो हम पश्चिम उत्तर प्रदेश की बात कर रहे हैं, लेकिन आई वांट टू ब्रिंग इन डॉक्टर आनंद रंगनाथन। डॉक्टर आनंद रंगनाथन, just with the first phase of polling, the Samajwadi Party seems to be bullish at one level, but at the other level, they've already begun to find faults with the way EVMs are there, voting lists, this, that, and the other. You've heard it all before. Nothing new in what we were hearing today. Where do you think, what's the feel that you're getting? What's your information on the ground? Because the polling percentage slightly lower than last time. And this could be because some people haven't stepped out because of COVID or whatever. But do you think that really gives us an insight into which way this poll is going?
Good evening, Navika, and good evening to all my fellow panelists. I've been waiting very patiently for my time. I hope I would not be interrupted, especially by the Samajwadi Party spokesperson, who I want to rebut. आप या तो डेटा से जा सकते हैं नाविका, या आप एनेक्डोटल एविडेंस से जा सकते हैं, या आप एक दो एविडेंसेस दे सकते हैं, या आप कंबाइंड पिछले 5 साल के एविडेंसेस दे सकते हैं। 5 years ago, in 2017, UP GDP per capita was 47,000. Today it is 66,000. 5 years ago, in 2017, 32% of UP women had studied 10 years in school. Today, that percentage is 40. 5 years ago, in 2017, UP infant mortality rate was 63.5. Today, it is 50. No one who believes in data can say there has been no progress in the last 5 years. Question is, आप डेटा पे बिलीव करेंगे या आप एक दो एनेक्डोटल एविडेंस पे करेंगे? उस पे भी मैं आऊंगा नाविका, जस्ट गिव मी अ मिनट। आपने कहा कि 12 ऐसी कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसीज हैं जहां पे 40% से ऊपर मुस्लिम्स हैं। क्या ये सब जो प्रोग्रेस हुई है, ये मुस्लिम्स को हटा के हुई है? क्या योगी आदित्यनाथ ने मुस्लिम्स को हटा के सिर्फ हिंदूज के लिए इन्फेंट मोर्टेलिटी रेट कम किया है? क्या सिर्फ हिंदू औरतों के लिए 32% से 40% आया है 10 ईयर स्कूल में? क्या जीडीपी पर कैपिटा मुस्लिम्स पे अफेक्ट नहीं हुआ है, सिर्फ हिंदूज का बढ़ा है? ये चीजें आपको सोचनी पड़ेंगी। और अभी आपने कहा एआईएमआईएम के स्पोक्सपर्सन आने वाले हैं, आए नहीं हैं। आपके ही शो पे नाविका, उन्होंने ये झूठ बोला था सरेआम कि योगी आदित्यनाथ और मोदी ने सिर्फ एक घर दिया मुस्लिम्स को। हकीकत क्या है? 1.5 लाख घर दिए हैं यूपी में मुस्लिम्स को। तो हकीकत कुछ अलग है, डेटा अलग है। आप डेटा की बात करना चाहते हैं, मैं 2 आपको बात बता दूं। यूपी में अगले 3 साल में एक्सप्रेसवे किलोमीटर्स होंगे 1700। इंडिया में कंबाइंड एक्सप्रेसवे किलोमीटर्स हैं 1800। क्या ये डेवलपमेंट नहीं है? यूपी में आपने कहा, इन्होंने कहा कि गुंडा राज है। 45% reduction in rape cases in the last 5 years. Riots have come down from 8,000 to 5,700. Dacoity cases have been reduced by half. 10,021 criminals with bounties on their heads are in jail. ये डेवलपमेंट नहीं है। लेकिन मैं एक क्रिटिसिज्म भी लाना चाहता हूं, क्योंकि आज का जो फेस हुआ है नाविका, जस्ट 30 सेकंड, वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, वो आपकी शुगर केन बेल्ट में हुआ है, वेस्टर्न उत्तर प्रदेश में हुआ है। ये मेरी तरफ से आप यूपी बीजेपी मिस्टर गौरव, माय गुड फ्रेंड, वो खुश होकर कह रहे थे कि हमने फार्म लॉज रिपील कर दिए फार्मर्स के लिए, हमने एमएसपी दे दिया। ये खुश होने वाली नहीं है, दुख होने वाली बात है। आपने वोटर्स को लुभाया है, लेकिन इंडिया का प्रोग्रेस आपने रिटार्ड किया है। शुगर प्राइसेस हैव हाल्व्ड इन द लास्ट 6 years। शुगर केन आप बढ़ाते जा रहे हैं, उसकी कीमत बढ़ाते जा रहे हैं, लोगों को देते जा रहे हैं, देश का घाटा हो रहा है। आपको भले वोट मिल जाए गौरव जी, लेकिन देश का नुकसान कर रहा है ये फिर।
लेकिन सवाल आज ये भी है कि we have seen in the last 3 elections, I'm coming to you Gaurav Bhatia, in the last 3 elections women have played a very crucial role, and this is where the twist in the story really comes in. 3 elections, women voted more than men in UP, which is why the Prime Minister made a statement in Uttar Pradesh today. And he appealed to those who said, without using the word hijab, he came out and he said कि जिन लोगों को लग रहा है कि हम तरक्की करवा रहे हैं उत्तर प्रदेश की महिलाओं को, उन वोट के ठेकेदारों की रात की नींद उड़ गई है। Is this going to be the turning factor of this election? Do you think there has been a polarization of the voting? We've seen the voter turnouts in Muslim-dominated constituencies higher than other constituencies. We don't know whether Muslims voted more or Hindus voted more. We don't know that. But the fact is that the voting percentage was higher in these constituencies. And the hijab factor that just came out of the blue and has virtually gripped the narrative across the country. Waris Pathan, do you think that has led to polarization, and is that the formula that suits both you and the BJP, but possibly could upset the Samajwadi Party RLD equation, which was based on caste composition, caste consolidation, rather than polarization?
Well, yesterday the Prime Minister came before the nation and he gave a 70-minute interview, one day just prior to the UP elections, clearly suggestive of the fact that the Prime Minister knows that the double-engine Sarkar in Uttar Pradesh is losing badly. Now coming back to what Anand says, that I was lying, Mr. Anand Ranganathan. A question was put in the parliament by a party president, and to that an answer was given by Modi. And if you don't believe him, then I don't have any answers to you. Third thing, as Navika you rightly said, Prime Minister spoke about the women. When the woman wearing a hijab goes to the Prime Minister's rally, he has no objection. But when the same woman wants to wear a hijab and go to a college or a school, the entire BJP, the RSS have the objection. They say, no, hijab is not allowed. Wherein we are talking about the constitutional right.
So then that just proves that this is bona fide. You can go to a rally in a hijab, but schools have uniforms. Wear a uniform in school. Where is the dichotomy? Where is the dichotomy?
Dichotomy is when our Sardar brothers and sisters, you also must be having friends. I have friends who go to school and colleges wearing turbans and petas. We have no objection for that. But where is the objection when the woman wants to wear a hijab and goes to a college? What objection? Is it a threat to the national security of the country? Why so much hue and cry? What is the problem? Since several years we have been wearing hijab. It is my personal choice. And the Constitution, Puttaswamy judgment says you cannot force any person what to wear, what to eat, what not to do. It is an individual's right. So now the BJP wants to suppress my right. The BJP wants to suppress my fundamental right. Let me tell you, Anand, the Niti Aayog report comes under the Prime Minister Modi. It suggests that UP is the third poorest state in our country. I don't say Niti Aayog report says, now who was ruling UP? Who was there in UP? Now the farmers, Prime Minister Anand, you also spoke about the farm laws being repealed. Let me remind you, 700 farmers lost their life because of Prime Minister Modi. Who is going to take the responsibility of the death of the farmers? Did the Prime Minister condemn that? The farmers are not going to forget. The Prime Minister is not going to forget that. Kindly condemn that.
आपके बड़े दोस्त सिख होंगे, सरदार होंगे, लेकिन केश and covering the kesh is an integral part of their religion. Hijab is not. That's point number one. But Dr. Anand Ranganathan coming in. Dr. Anand Ranganathan, first you, and then I'm getting in Gaurav Bhatia. And I'm getting in Gaurav Bhatia after that. 1 minute. Yes, Anand Ranganathan.
Yes. नो नाविका, मेरे को प्लीज 1 मिनट दीजिए, क्योंकि पठान साहब ने मेरा नाम लिया।
2 वर्षों से तो कोई स्कूल कॉलेज गया नहीं। ये डेटा कहां से जम कर रहा है? बच्चे तो घरों में बैठे हुए हैं। सारे एग्जाम कैंसिल होते गए। सारे जो यूपीएससी के एग्जाम है वो नहीं टाइम पर हो पा रहे हैं। सीबीएसई के बच्चे सफर कर रहे हैं, आईसीएसई के बच्चे सफर कर रहे हैं, ये यूपी बोर्ड के बच्चे सफर कर रहे हैं।
चलिए उस मुद्दे पर बात करेंगे। अगर कोविड के दौरान बच्चों को स्कूल कॉलेज भेजा जाता तो तब भी आपकी प्रॉब्लम होती। पर आप आनंद रंगनाथन जी का नाम लिया है वारिस पठान ने, पहले उनकी बात सुन लेते हैं। सिंह साहब जी, मैं आपसे गुजारिश कर रही हूं, नाम लिया है वारिस पठान ने आनंद रंगनाथन साहब का, वो जवाब दे ले, फिर मैं आपके पास आती हूं डॉक्टर आनंद रंगनाथन।
थैंक यू सो मच नाविका। आप जानती हैं और पठान साहब जानते हैं कि पठान साहब की मैं बहुत इज्जत करता हूं। इनफैक्ट अगर कल मेरे पीछे कोई मॉब पड़ता है तो पठान साहब ही मेरे लॉयर होंगे। ये मैं आज खुलेआम बोल रहा हूं, पठान साहब विल डिफेंड मी। लेकिन मैं एक बात आपको और बता दूं नाविका, आपके शो पे 2 साल पहले मेरे साथ इनकी एक डिबेट, अब हंस रहे हैं, मेरे साथ इनकी डिबेट हुई थी। ये हारे थे, इन्होंने मुझे बिरयानी कुरियर करवाई हार मान के पब्लिकली। अब ये हॉक आई एक बच्चा है, इन्होंने ये ऐसे बोल दिया कि मोदी ने 1 घर दिया है। हॉक आई ने वेबसाइट पे जाके लोकसभा की पूरा स्टैटिस्टिक्स निकाला, वो मैं आपको अभी दिखाना चाहता हूं। ये फोन आ रहा है, दिखा नहीं रहा। 1,35,356 घर मुस्लिम्स के लिए योगी सरकार ने पीएम आवास योजना के अंतर्गत दिए हैं। ये झूठ है, लोकसभा का डेटा झूठ है। अब पठान साहब, छोटी सी बात है,
आपको आनंद राइट है कि आप अरबी जुब्बा पहनो, आप पे अच्छा भी लगता है।
नहीं, ये गलत बात है। वारिस पठान साहब पब्लिक में आप चैलेंज करते हैं डॉक्टर आनंद रंगनाथन को, और बैट हारने के बाद स्क्रीन के पीछे से आप बिरयानी में अपना निपटा लेते हैं सारा काम। ये सही नहीं है। देन यू शुड एक्सेप्ट ऑन द डिबेट इटसेल्फ दैट यू लॉस्ट योर आर्ग्यूमेंट एंड I have no problems with the biryani that you share. But if you have lost an argument that was made on a public forum, then you should also concede it on a public forum, which is the NewsHour. And I want to get in Gaurav Bhatia. Gaurav Bhatia wanted to respond to you. Yes, Mr. Bhatia.
I produce facts.
Yes.
And I concede behind the scenes by sending biryani.
You produce hot air.
Gaurav Bhatia.
Marhaba. Anand, marhaba. Wear the Arabi robe. You have a right, freedom of choice. You can wear the Arabi robe.
First of all,
that and come on the TV channel. It's also.
1 minute. Okay, we'll come back to the debate. We'll come back to the debate.
Openly, Phillips iron and come.
Please,
Yes, Gaurav Bhatia.
So, first of all, I would like to thank Anand Bhai, my dear friend, because he actually spelled out the data so well, except for one correction on dacoity, Anand Bhai. The cases of dacoity are down by 70% now. You know, you said 50%. And he is very attentive when he listens to the adversaries. He is more attentive when he listens to his friends. So I would just like to tell Anand Bhai, I know you don't read a written script, but you said I was talking about repealing farm laws. I never spoke about that. What I said was there were areas, 11,000 crore that was paid, and 1.5 lakh crore was further paid to the cane growing community. And on top of that, Samajwadi Party spokesperson is sitting here, Navika. You know, 2012 manifesto of theirs, they actually spoke about waiving farmers' loans. They did not. But Bharatiya Janata Party in their first cabinet meeting when they came to power, waived loans worth 36,000 crores. Second, two very important points.
No. Okay, I'm getting in Pawan Agri of the RLD. IP Singh साहब, आपके पार्टनर है, उनको भी बोल लेने दीजिए. पवन जी, पार्टनरशिप चलने दीजिए. सिंह साहब, पार्टनरशिप चलने दीजिए. अभी तो एक दौर और है पश्चिमी उत्तर प्रदेश का, जहां इनका साथ चाहिए होगा. थोड़ा बोल लेने दीजिए. जी पवन जी.
देखिए, मैं आपके चैनल पर सबसे पहले तो मैं इसलिए आता हूं कि यहां बोलने का प्रॉपर मौका मिलता है, लोग एक दूसरे को डिस्टर्ब नहीं करते. आपने पश्चिमी उत्तर प्रदेश की बात की और हमारे एक साथी अभी कह रहे थे कि योगी जी ने मुस्लिमों के लिए ये किया वो किया, तो आज उनको कभी वो 80-10 की बात करते हैं, कभी 80 और 20 की बात करने लगते हैं. तो ये आप देखिए कि पूरी तरह से कभी पलायन की बात कर रहे हैं, कभी दंगों की बात कर रहे हैं. क्या विकास के नाम पे वोट नहीं मांगा जा सकता? क्या आपने यदि फार्मर्स के लिए बहुत कुछ अच्छी योजनाएं चला रखी हैं, क्या उन पे आप वोट नहीं मांग सकते? और यदि ऐसी ही बात थी तो फिर आपके जो गृह मंत्री हैं वो किसानों को मनाने के लिए वहां पर पहुंचते हैं, किसानों को मनाने के लिए पहुंचते हैं, जबकि आपको पता है कि किसान के अंदर सिर्फ जाट नहीं है, वहां पर मुस्लिम भी है, दलित भी है, कामगार भी है. और इन सब लोगों की जो सामाजिक समीकरणों के तहत जो सारा जो समीकरण बन रहा है,
समीकरण चला या ध्रुवीकरण चला आज के पोलिंग के फेज में, इसका जवाब तो दे दीजिए पवन जी.
I want to make a point here, please.
Yes, I'm coming to you, Karan, right after this.
जी, 60% से अधिक जो पोलिंग हुई है आपने देखा है, और इसमें पूरी तरह से जो पोलराइजेशन हुआ है वो किसानों ने आरएलडी और एसपी के गठबंधन को वोट डाला है. आप इसको 10 मार्च को देख लीजिएगा. और जहां तक आपने कही कि ईवीएम की शिकायत, ये लोगों में इतना आक्रोश था, लोगों में इतना जज्बा था इस सरकार के विरुद्ध वोट करने का कि उन्होंने ईवीएम के बटन को भी बहुत बहुत ताकत से दबाया. और इस बात के लिए हमारे जयंत चौधरी जी ने ट्वीट भी किया है कि इस आक्रोश को अपने अंदर दबा के रखें, लेकिन जो बटन दबाएं वो बहुत आहिस्ता से दबाएं, प्रेम से दबाएं और गठबंधन के पक्ष में प्रत्याशियों को जिताएं. तो मैं आपको बता रहा हूं कि इस तरह की जो लहर चल रही है और जो 58 सीटों पर, ये हमारे लिए बहुत बड़ा अचीवमेंट है कि 58 सीटों पर आज जो वोटिंग हुई है उसमें हमारे प्रत्याशी हर जगह से बहुत.
चलिए, ये तो 10 मार्च को ही पता चलेगा. बट करण, was this caste consolidation, caste combination that was at work, or was this polarization?
I think it was a bit of both, and I think, Navika, there is no scope for premature jubilation for either side at this point of time. It's a dead heat from where I see it. And one larger point I want to make, Mr. Anand Ranganathan and Gaurav Bhatia ji, they very lucidly, stated the BJP achievement, and they're right. BJP had set the narrative, but unfortunately, even a well-oiled BJP poll machine could not make them the major points and connect with people. The misinformation spread by the alliance somewhere that gained traction. Gaurav Bhatia is right when he says that they've dispersed 1.5 lakh crores to the sugarcane growers. But unfortunately, what was connecting at the ground level at some places was that 1600 crores has been due from 20 sugar mills still. They are right when they say that from 21,000 crores, they've taken the farmer budget to 1,21,000 crores. But what was connecting somewhere was that 700 farmers died. BJP could have done much better and could have been much more innovative in their campaign. This was the first time I felt their campaign had a bit of fatigue. I did not see a chai pe charcha or an achhe din, and BJP was in need of that push because they really have made a difference in the last 5 years.
Karan,
unfortunately, they lacked innovation in their campaign.
I don't know if achhe din or India shining was something that could have come up in this elections, especially after, we were literally in the midst of the third wave. But I know everybody can do better. Everybody can do better. And there is scope for improvement. I know, but we don't know. We don't know which way this is going, but the way you look at the people's
we don't know.
Yeah. The suspense will only be open on the 10th of March. I know there's lots more to say, Gaurav Bhatia, but there is shortage of time. We need to take a short break as I thank all my panelists on debate number 1. The UP polls and the results will be given here fastest and first and correct on Times Now. So be with us on 10th of March with first phase of polling behind us. The fate of 58 seats being decided. The question is, whoever gets phase 1 gets the government formation. Who is it going to be? We'll get you the answers on 10th of March. Short break. On the other side, the big hijab halla. That's the debate coming up.